Morning everybody, Bertie Bodgett here, and we are going to crack on with these fork seals which we started about 5 days ago. So it's about 5 days for me, depending on how I edit this video up. It's probably a few minutes for you. That's the first one I stripped down, which we did on camera, and off camera out here I stripped down the second one. So I've got it there pretty much laid out in the order that it goes back together, just for my reference. That's the horrible green shit that come out. That's the fork oil. I still need to look up how much to put back in. What else? Yeah, the old seals are still in there. I've not attempted to get them out. They don't look like they're going to relent very easily. But we'll give it a go. So we'll pop you guys in the stand and we'll attempt to get those seals out. Back soon. Right, let's see how this goes. Prepare for some swearing. Now obviously we don't have to be too careful about how the old ones come out. Other than I do want to note the direction. I think I know which way they go in, but I think it's right inside up. But I just want to note when I get them out which way they come. They are offering resistance. Big tyre lever. I certainly wouldn't have fell out, let's put it that way. I think they're giving. Come on, let go. So much for watching how it come out, eh? Right. Yeah, that's the old one. Yeah, and it come out. Let's just get one of the new ones to compare. So that's the lip. Yeah, so goes in that way. Okay. Right. Let's give that a bit of a clean. I've still got to go and look up how much oil to put in these things. Right, so yeah, that's relatively clean. So fork seal goes in that way. So we'll get a rubber hammer. Right, tappity tap tap. Just lift you guys up a bit. Then we have our professional seal insertion tool, otherwise known as a big fuck off socket. Just trying to keep you guys in the picture, not always easy. And I think as long as I get it below the line that the securing clip goes in, I think we're laughing. keep checking because I'm just making sure it's going in straight. Don't think you need to drive it all the way to the bottom. I think as long as you're clear of the ridge, you're fine. So let me just have a look at the old one. And yeah, looking at the old one, that's pretty much the same. It's just clear of the ridge, and that's not driven all the way down to the bottom. So I think probably let's go a tad more, but I think we're more or less there. Yeah, we're going to call it a win there. So I think that's in. So what now? I suppose this needs to go in. Just lubricate that just a little bit using that scummy old oil, because I'm too idle to go and get some proper stuff. Got some in the shed. Which of you guys spotted my deliberate mistake? Got to put the clip on. Just clean that up a touch. Okay. That is in and seated fine. So we now slide. No, we don't. No, we don't. Next, that goes in, of course. I'm glad you were paying attention. Is that. Followed by the screw in the bottom. Hang you on a minute. Get around my arse, don't I? Because there's a piece that goes in first. Stuck on that one. I'm just going to grab the other one. Right. So that goes on there, but from in there. So that other one, yeah, that's still stuck up there, I think. Yeah, that one didn't come out. As long as that thread's in. Right, so That's the way it goes. Of course it is. So then that goes in there. So easy, eh? You set something apart and then just forget instantly how it goes back together. Or is that just me? It's just you, Bertie. You senile old bastard. Tighten that up. That then should be locked in, which it is. Okie dokie. Now what? Now what? Next thing is the spring. Okay. Then it's the washer. Not forgetting that, it'd be very easy to forget that. Then the spacer, and then the fork oil. So, right guys, what I'm going to do, because you've seen me do it to one fork, I am going to get the other fork into the same position. Probably take that spring out. It should probably be easier to put the oil in without that spring in. But yeah, we're going to get the other fork to the same level as that, and then we'll look up how much fork oil we need, and then we'll bring you guys back for final assembly. Back soon. Cheers. Okay, that is both forks back together. I've not got the spring in this one. It's obviously going to be easier to put the oil in with the spring out. Looked it up, 156 millilitres, which is very precise, and I have a measuring pot here that only goes up to 120, so we'll do it 2 hits. New fork oil, so we will go 100. This looks and smells better anyway. So there's 100 exactly. And then we want to try and measure 56, which is not going to be easy. So 40, 50. I'm going to call it there. 156. Okay, I'm just going to work that up and down to get the air out of it. That'll do. Now, what do we want? Spring. Not dropping something in a plug hole. What else? So we want the washer, it's flat, the spacer, and the plug. There's not a massive amount of spring tension, but you do have to overcome a small amount. Okay, right, that's just nipped up. I'm going to pull them up tight on the actual bike when they're fitted. So let's just see how that feels. Oh, dropped it. Don't help, does it? And let's hope that we've cured the leak. Nothing leaking at the moment. So yeah, right, there we go. Fork seals changed. Let's hope that's the end of that. Now, it doesn't appear to be a lot of damping effect. I don't know if it's supposed to be, but that's what the oil's for, isn't it? Provide the damping. Okay, there you go. One fork seal changed, complete, ready to go back on the bike. So I'm going to do the other one, and we'll get them back on the bike. You've seen me take them off. You don't need to see me put them back on, and we'll bring you back when we're complete. Cheers, guys. Okay, that's the forks back in. As you can see, wheel back in, no, because we have to deal with that slow puncture that I mentioned at the start of this little job. What I have got though, because DVLA finally got off their asses and sent me my V5 number plate, yeah, the missing link. That's the thing that's been stopping me getting it MOT'd. So with regards to this puncture, I've just gone round in a great big barrel full of water trying to find it, and I can't, so I've gone round again, and I don't even know if you're going to see this, but there is the minutest little leak. I mean, it was taking about 3 weeks to go down. That's coming out the bead, so unfortunately is it tubeless? I think it is tubeless, isn't it? I don't think I have a bead breaker. I'm not trying to do it with a G-clamp, but what I'm going to do is let the air out of that, see if I can pop it off the bead, clean it all up around the rim, and then see if I can reseal it. Yeah, that's all I can do. So yeah, we'll crack on with that, and well, we'll bring you guys back when we've hopefully got it all sorted. Cheers for now. Bye bye. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Bertie Bodget channel. Whatever's that. Right, let's get in the garden and let's start work. Tell you what, let's not. Let's do it another day. Cheers, guys. Bye. We are going to crack on with this YBR. Where were we? This wheel. Last time we sort of made a video, we were looking at very slow puncture on that. What I did was popped it off the bead, cleaned all the bead up, both on the wheel and the tyre, put it all back together, and it was actually worse. It was absolutely pissing out. It's a tubeless tyre, so what can we do about that? Well, the answer, hopefully the answer, is that. Yep, it's a tubeless tyre, but I'm going to put a tube in it. Yep, that's the answer. Yeah, where are we doing? What are we doing? Come on, get your brain in gear, Bertie. Let's drop a little bit of air in that just to give it some shape. I did ask on a Facebook page if anybody's done this, is it okay to put tubes in tubeless tyres? Seems to be okay, So this is my little Ryobi tyre inflator. You've probably seen me use it before. Cracking bit of kit. Not expensive either. I think they're about 30 quid without the battery. That'll do. That's all I want to do. Give it a little bit of shape. Just to make it a bit easier to pop in. Get that off. Why is there two nuts on there? I don't know. Does this one go inside possibly? Oh no, let's whip them both off for now. I've also got hold of some genuine indicators, YBR indicators, which fit an unusually shaped hole. You may remember on a previous video where I put a couple of big penny washers to sort of scab on some cheap Chinese ones. Well, I've got the proper ones now. One of those Chinese ones is packed in already, so yeah, quality. This is weird. It's got a big washer on as well. Tell you what, I'm gonna leave one of those nuts on because I'm sure one of them's supposed to stay. Probably someone screaming at me now. No, you don't do it like that. You do it like this. That's an Harry Enfield character, wasn't it? You don't want to do that. Anyway, let's pop that on. Now, the other thing I've got to do, pop them up there. The wheel, see, there's a fair old bit of tread on that tyre. It's a shame to waste it. And if I bought a new tyre, would it actually work, or is it the rim that's faulty? Don't know. Right, we've got to get out that tubeless valve. So let me grab some grips. It's probably going to fight me all the way. I'm just in the entrance to my shed at the minute because it's going to fucking hammer it down very soon. Oh, that's fucked now. If it weren't fucked before, it's fucked now. Let's tip you guys a bit higher. There we go. So that's the tubeless valve removed. Do you know what? The RAF, there's no RAF based around me, but I'm sure they think, Bertie Bodgett's in his shed, let's fly a couple of fucking jets over just to annoy him. So, I apologise for the noise. I bought two of these tubes as well because I do have a nasty habit of fitting them in and then jamming the bloody tyre lever straight through the side of it. So, on this I've got two stabs at it. My local bike shop, who I'm not even going to name because they're scumbags and they ripped me off once, they want a tenner a piece for these tubes. Well, I got two of them off eBay from a company called Busters for 13 quid, delivered. So, come on you bugger. I'm gonna wrestle this in. Right, you don't want to see me shouting and swearing at that, so let me wrestle that tube in and get the tyre pop popped back on the bead, and then I'll bring you back. Right, we've got the tube in the tyre. It was a bit of a bastard, but it's in. Now, a little tip if you're doing this, and I'm no tyre fitter and I'm no mechanic, this is how I do it, not how to do it, but on a wheel, on any wheel, you will see that in the middle there, it's lower down. There's like a recess in the middle. Now, I've seen people, and they're difficult to do. Even if you do it properly, it's still difficult, but it makes it slightly easier if you get that outer bead dropped into that centre well, like that outer bead there, that side, into that well, because it gives you the little bit of extra room to lever the tyre over. If you've got it on the outside of the tyre, you're just making it a difficult job, a damn sight more difficult. So we will try and wrestle this tyre back over now. I don't own anything exotic like tyre soap, unfortunately. Right, I am going to carry on, try and lever that over. If and when I successfully do it, bring you guys back. Cheers. And it's on. Don't know if I fucked the inner tube up, mind you, but the tyre is on, so we'll try and put some air in that. Just because I didn't explain it very well just now, when I said about putting this outer edge in the centre well, that's to get this side of the tyre on, and then what you do to get the rest of the tyre on is you press this edge down into that centre well, because it just gives you that little bit more flexibility. If you've got this edge of the tyre right up to the rim, and then you're trying to lever over on this side, it just isn't going to go. So yeah, when you're changing tyres, guys, motorcycle tyres are not easy. The bigger they get, the harder they are, but you'll make your life so much easier if you make sure that the bead that you're trying to lever over is into that centre well on the rim. So let's pop some air into this bad boy. I don't know what it should have, but I'm going to go with 25, and then we'll check it properly at a later date, maybe. That's not going up at all. Done that. That's not taking any air at all, not even a small amount, is it this? It's blowing up, so right, let's fire up my compressor. That's still not all enough. For the life of me, I don't know why. Because you would have thought that even if I'd fucked the tube up, it would be in a tubeless tyre, it would still attempt to put some air in it. I'm going to whip the valve stem out and blow it up without a valve stem in there, just see if that makes a difference. Why is nothing ever straightforward, eh? Why do they always have to fight you all the way? So, right, valve stem out. Try again. Well, I'm guessing I've fucked the valve. I've probably fucked the inner tube up because that is attempting to put air into it now. Get a lot more on that. Tyre's coming off again. I've obviously fucked something up. So, same procedure. Opposite side into the well. Off she pops. Right, let's see what damage I've done. I've obviously done some damage. Yep, there we go. Caught it with the tyre lever. So that's probably not the only place I've done it either. Let's pop the old blower upper back on that. So yeah, there it is. Right, let's go for take two. I'll try and be more careful this time. I will hang on to that too, but it's probably repairable. But let's get the second one out and go again. I'll turn you guys off and I'll bring you back at the point that we attempt to blow it up. Cheers. Oh, what a pig. Right, I've wrestled a new inner tube in and wrestled the new tyre onto the rim. And when I say wrestled, I do not exaggerate, I'm knackered. But have I fucked up the inner tube? It's going up. I suppose whether it stays up or not, but I really don't feel like pulling that off again. Actually, I don't seem to have settled very evenly on the bead. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a thin line there and you can see it all the way round to there and then it disappears there, so that section doesn't appear to have seated very well. So going to deflate it and blow it up again. It does seem to be a bit misshapen there. I'm wondering if I've got the inner tube sort of caught between the tyre and the rim. But we'll try it. We can do it. Try and seat the bead into the rim properly. So let's blow that up again. Overinflate it a bit to try and seat that, because it still doesn't appear to have seated properly there. Dare I put a tyre lever in? So I think you're going to feel that on the steering. I'm just going to whip that valve core out yet again. Well, I'll say yet again, it's not been out on this one. I'll try and show you what I mean. I don't quite know how clear it will come out on camera. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but there is, you see that line going round, and I'll now turn it, and then it disappears just there, which is sort of telling me that that's not seating properly. So that's what we're trying to correct at this moment in time. Gently tries the tyre. I'm lethal with these things, I tell you. I mean, I wonder if it was not seated properly anyway. I wonder if it's a misshapen tyre and that's just the way it was. I'm sorry to keep switching you off, guys, but I'm just going to tinker about with that. I'm going to inflate it, deflate it, inflate it, deflate it. I'm just going to try and get that to seat properly, and we will go from there. I mean, that tyre, if you sort of feel the width of it, and you can physically feel it narrow at that point. So I don't know whether that was like that and this is just a defective tyre or what the hell, but we're going to play around with that for a while and then come back and have a look. Cheers. Okay, right, what have we achieved? Not a great deal. That still doesn't look properly seated to me. I've blown it up. I'm still not convinced it isn't still going down again. Probably going to end up putting a new tyre on that, which is a shame because I've wasted 14 quid on tubes. I'll tell you what I did achieve though. I achieved smashing up my little cheapo workbench, bouncing the tyre on it, trying to seat it. I actually smashed right through it. So yeah, what a result. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave that tyre for a little while just to see if it holds air. If it does, I'm going to pop it back on the bike, give it a spin and see how true it is, and then make a decision from there. I have a feeling it may have just been a misshapen tyre in the first place, and it's always been like that, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, for the time being guys, I'm going to sign off here. If you want to see more Bertie Bodgery, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and you'll be notified when I upload more of this tinkering. Cheers guys, for now, catch you later. Right, news flash. This bike is now officially pissing me off. Why? A couple of things. One, you will notice it's got no mudguard on. Why? Because I'm a clumsy twat and I walked into it and broke it. While it was no front wheel on it, walked straight into it and broke it. So it's up there. Alright, it's there. Stuck together, JB weld, super glue, fixed it all back up, got to let that dry, and then needs rubbing down and repainting and everything else. So yeah. The other thing that's pissing me off, and the thing that's pissing me off even more, this tyre, which I said I couldn't seat. Well, I've just dropped it into the front forks. I've not tightened it up, I've just dropped it in there, and have I cured it? Well, you tell me. So, I'll set you down there. Is that going to pick it up? I don't know, is that picking it up? Let's bring you up here. I don't know if that picked it up, but let's give it a spin. I don't know if that's coming through guys, but no, that's probably a better angle. Anyway, whether or not you can see that, and I think you can, that is seriously warped. I wouldn't ride that myself, and I certainly wouldn't sell it like that to anybody. So yeah, thoroughly pissing me off. And when a bike's thoroughly pissing me off, best thing to do, walk away. So that's what I'm going to do guys. I'll come back to this when I'm in a better frame of mind, and we'll deal with it another day. For the time being, that's where we are with this one. I'm going to leave it here until we get back to it. Bertie Bodgery signing off.